Well, despite every bit of abuse FedEx could throw on it over the last 10 days, it finally arrived. Hopefully safe and sound. What am I talking about? Come back after titles and find out. Hey everyone, Anthony Dodge, my train outsider, the Märklin outsider, here with a new First Impressions video where I'm featuring something that is both new to me and yet not new to me. What am I talking about? Well, this. And this is my new Märklin ICE4 with the green energy livery. So you may be thinking to yourselves, don't you already have an ICE4? Yeah, I've got a standard ICE4 by Märklin. In fact, there is no difference between this one and the ICE4 I have, except for that control cab on each end that has the green stripe on it for the green energy. It's a green energy runner. It's been a miserable story of the last 10 days. It's been 2 weeks since I ordered this, and it's been stuck in Memphis for over a week. Counting the weekend, 9 days. It's been an ugly story with FedEx, including the condition the package was in when I got it. I'm not even going to bother trying to show pictures, but I'm aggravated with the condition the box was in. There was an issue with customs, so they clearly ripped the box open. They took all the protective wrap off to see what was in here, even though they sent me emails and online forms that I had to fill in telling them what I had ordered, what it's supposed to be. It's model trains, they're made out of plastic and metal, and I'm going to play with them. Literally, those are 3 questions I gave answers to. What is it? What is the intended goal of it? And what is it made out of? I gave them all that information. Apparently they still had to rip the box open, and then they didn't retape it. They didn't reseal it. They didn't rewrap these in the bubble wrap that Lipa wraps it in. They just threw it back in, bubble wrap on top, and then they just folded the flaps together, and I get it 9 days late from when I should have gotten it. So, yeah, I'm not happy with FedEx right now. Even if there was a paperwork issue and they had to open the box, they could have opened the box more delicately, and they could have sealed it more properly. Enough said. So anyhow, why do I have another ICE4? That's a long story, but number one, I had an opportunity to get either another ICE3 that I liked or an ICE4, but the price on this was unbeatable. I was thinking of getting the ICE3 rainbow stripe. I really like that, want to get it, and may still get it down the line, but this was selling out, and Lipa had a great deal on this, and I got it for a great price. That made it hard to say no. But also, there's another ulterior motive, which is anybody who follows my channel enough knows I am not 100% happy with the motor of the Märklin ICE4. The functions are great. It's a beautiful train, not locomotive. It's a glorious unit, except that motor, in my opinion, is not strong enough to push a 10 car, 11 car, or 12 car consist, which is what the ICE4 is designed for, on anything other than flat level layouts. There haven't been many complaints about the motor, but I do know that, and you can go back to some of my old videos if you really want to bore yourself, where I talk about the progress of the ICE4 from when I first ordered in 2019 to it finally appearing in 2022. A 3-year wait. They projected a year. It was going to be released in 2020, and this was before COVID, but they had some technical issues with it, and that got delayed, and then COVID didn't help and delayed, but they had to recall it twice for technical problems. One of them had something to do with the motor, and maybe they just didn't test the motor enough for long-term usage. Because again, mine came out of the box. I gave it great reviews. I loved it. The functions on it are amazing, and I thought it was brilliant. But after a year or so of use, I felt like the motor has weakened in it. I think the motor struggles pushing that 10 car consist up to. So my goal was, if I bought this, I could do two things. I might take the motor off of this one, the motor car, which is the restaurant car, and switch it out, because you can do that super easy. You just do it. Now, technically, the decoder address in that one, and it's programmed to represent this one. All I got to do is change the picture on it and change the name. So it would take me, literally, it would take me a grand total of 5 minutes to switch the two pieces and then go to my Central Station 3, change the picture and change the name, trade the names between the old ICE4 with the new car that technically has this train. But the functions are in the same place. The cars obey the same. They're all made the same. And this is exactly the same as my ICE4, except the simple paint scheme, applique scheme of the green stripe here instead of the red stripe. That's it. They're identical. There is nothing structurally inside or out that's different between these two ICE4s. So I thought maybe this being a new, stronger, maybe it will be stronger. Maybe that one was just not the best motor out of the box. Okay, so why don't we get this up on the track, let you guys take a look at it, and I will tell you now, and then we'll go from there, is I already loaded this in the machine. I took it out of the box because the condition of the box, I wanted to make sure it worked before I started this video. I just, I would have been too angry to give a first impression reaction if it had been too damaged or didn't work at all. So I did already load it into the computer and make sure it works before I filmed this segment now. I try to give you true, honest, upfront reactions, but in this case it did. So anyhow, let's go to the video I filmed right after I took it out of the box. All right, so here it is, Märklin's 39716 ICE4 in the climate-friendly green livery. This is the exact same molding. There is literally nothing different other than the subtle touches of green paint on the control cabs. You can inner switch the motor, any of these cars with the standard ICE4. There's nothing different to them. The order numbers are simply, you get the regular ICE4, which is 39714, or you get the one with the green stripe, which is 39716. Now this does come with 32 listed functions, 34 listed functions, but several of those functions are sound functions which have multiple layers on them. For example, one of the station announcement functions has 4 different stations announced on it. A couple of different announcements from the driver and from the ticket checker and the conductor. So when you add them all up, there's over 40 sound and light functions on this. So we will turn the lights on, and you can see it's in reverse. Now forward. There is high beams on this. I did not turn them on. And then I'm going to move the camera so you can see this, but you'll have to pardon me. It will be a bit shaky. I'll put it on this one. And this is one of the functions that I really liked with the original. We turn the interior cab lighting on, the cabin lighting, and you can see it looks blue, but actually it's a cool white, and then the interiors are all blue. I wish Märklin would spend a few extra cents and paint the tables on the inside with a tabletop light cream or brown color. I think it would just make those interiors stand out the way they do on, for example, my Brava Twin Dex Vario that has such amazing interior. But if you look at this, I hope you could see that color change. Now it goes to a warmer, softer
tone. So I'll switch it off. You see it go back to that lighter cool white, and then the warmer, softer tone. And that is very cool. Obviously, another cool function it has, we will slide down the board here. And it has the automated pantograph. So again, very cool functions. I am going to keep this as a 5-car set. I don't think I'm going to buy unless I actually see the green stripe set. Supposedly the add-on 3 cars and the additional 4 car that you buy individually. There's a 3-car set, and then there's 1 car you buy 4 times, and then it gives you the stickers to apply the different numbers on it. But I'm not going to build this up to a 12-car consist. But the new cars supposedly also have green stripes. I don't know if it would look right unless those cars went right here. But even then, this stripe would look weird. It would look weird to have green stripe, then red, and then green, green, red, green. It just... So I'm going to leave this just as a 5-car set. Anyhow, we're going to go ahead and set this guy up to run in. We're going to turn the sound on. And... although it has been run in, I should say we're going to give it the incline test, because that's one of the first things I always do is I want to see, can it handle the incline. So we're going to put this in motion. Now we are running it slow, although 110 kilometers an hour scale, according to the Central Station 3, isn't really slow for an ICE. It kind of is. So we're going to see how this handles. Now remember, the incline starts about this close of trees here. Now on that first run over at a slow speed, I'm not seeing any hesitation. Did we see some right at the end there, just as I was saying there wasn't, but I don't think so. Now, just for fun, we are going to crank the speed up a bit more. All right, here we come. Up the ramp, obviously at a faster speed. I think usually that should just mean it does it better.
Okay, so there you saw it. It ran in very smoothly, very consistently. I like that. The motor was a little bit noisy. Will it get quieter as time goes on? I don't know. I heard the scary little high-pitched whine just ever so slightly. I mean, very faint, very faint. I had to, was it my imagination or not? So I plan on keeping this as a 5-car consist right now. I don't know if I'll go, I know I won't go 9 or 10. I may in future try to get the 3-car set if I can find it, because Märklin is saying it's available now in the green stripes. But I also don't think the green stripes would necessarily look cool, because the green stripe on the control cap only goes about 3/4 of the way, then it stops and turns into a red stripe. So to me that would just look weird to have that green, little bit of red, and then green on the next car, and then red and red and red, and then at the other end green. So I don't know. I've been looking for videos that show the two together. So my first impressions are tempered, because as beautiful as I think it is, again, I've already given you those reactions in the previous ICE4 video, and I'm just a little nervous because I'm not 100% happy with how the motor has performed once I built the 10-car consist. I've got all 12 cars of the original. I could take my spare 2 cars and put them on this one, but I made a 10-car consist because, first of all, I thought 12-car consist just was too long for my layout. Probably not, but I feel it is. But also because I think the motor struggles. And I think adding 2 more cars for it to push and pull would only make the problems worse. Now, I will say my ICE4 ran very well in its latest appearance on a live stream, better than expected. And I'm learning to only run it now and then, like let it rest for a bit. Because as I always say, only time and usage will tell you whether it's worth the money you spend on it. I'm going to say, auf Wiedersehen, tschüss, and happy trains. Take care, everybody.